just to give you guys an idea of how sad this situation is regarding my poor mother. Because remember, with me, it's always about that. It was never, even though, of course, because, you know, Auntie all the way back in February 13th with her little, just because I was helping my mother with something having to do with the IRS, and my mom hadn't received her refund for federal in 11 months, and it was going to be the new tax season, and Auntie didn't care, and Auntie would just give my mom the runaround saying, oh, I talked to the governor or something, and it was all BS. Auntie just didn't care, okay? But whatever, her little, you know, about me, when she found out that I'd been trying to help my mama, about me, she's a conniving bitch. She just wants power over your money. I'm going to have her thrown out of there, okay? Fuck her. Seriously, people, fuck her. You know, I'm so, ugh. So yeah, no, this isn't about stupid money, the estate, and my rightful inheritance. It's about what I've already told you. My deserving respect and acknowledgement from my family, from my mother's friends, from everybody, as my mother's only child, sole heir, how she wants it to be when she's in her, you know, when she understands, you know, that's how she would say right now she wants it to be. Okay? She just doesn't understand the devious nature of her sister. And when the light, she realized it this past summer, but then all these events happen, she finds herself back in the hospital, and her sister's the one, you know, showing her love, in quotations, visiting her, okay? Every week, you know, it's like, anyway, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. My mom was coming to get her license and glasses. License was to go to the bank and get, as far as my mom knew, 2 checks. To write 2 checks for the 2 months advance. Remember, that's what my mom thought. That's what, I mean, but suddenly, you know, Auntie saying no, it was only 1, so who knows if it was really 2, but when confronted with my mom's, you know, questions that she wrote down based on my questions or asked all this, Auntie changed her tune, and Auntie will just secretly pay the other one. Or, like I said, the people who know the truth are my mom's bank and the woman in the office and Auntie. That's it. My mom doesn't know. She doesn't understand what's going on. Remember, when I got that phone call about how November and December's Park Free had bounced, I was in shock because my mother's exact words, and I have it on fucking cell phone. I don't know why that happened. What do you mean you don't know why that happened, Mom? What, you know, no, she's not doing good. This could be, you know, aftershock, after effects from that fucking seizure she had, too. I was going to leave the license and the glasses in the shed. It was pitch dark when I left that morning. Remember, I needed to get out of here in plenty of time. I did not want to risk falling asleep, not waking up, and be walking around here when they're coming. My mom had no idea when, and you know, I wasn't going to go out to the shed in the pitch dark. I don't even know if I can open it. I don't know, there could be animals living in there. You know, where Joe was, he found there was a squirrel in his shed, okay? Anyway, you know, and animals could be, and also we found a mouse in there, and he was having me try to catch it. And then he was fascinated because he wanted the mouse out of his shed. He wasn't going to hurt it. And then we had a bucket, and he just ordered the mouse, jump in the bucket, and it did. And he's like, look at that, it listened to me. I'm like, well, Joe, it didn't really listen, use its chance. It jumped in the bucket, who knows. But was it fascinating to Joe and to me? Yeah. The mouse, Joe said, Joe was tired of chasing the mouse around the shed. I was trying to chase it, we couldn't get it. He had a bucket. He's trying to save the mouse. He's not going to hurt the mouse. He doesn't want the mouse in his shed. He's going to put the mouse out in the back, okay? He ordered it. Jump in the bucket. And it did. Anyway, I'm not going to go out to my mom's pitch dark shed. Last time it was frozen shut. I couldn't open it. I had told her that. Now, I had to reach her that morning. I left really early. I think I at one point I may have woken her up early or something. Sometimes she gets up early, whatever. She shut her phone up. But I eventually reached her. Now, remember, I reached her. I want you to understand what's going on here, people, because it's very devastating to me, even in regards to everything, because it just only proves that, you know, in the end, it's just whatever, you know. It's what the auntie's counting on, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Joe's concerned, as far as intelligent people who are aware of all this are concerned. It's what Auntie's counting on. They didn't come here like at night, okay? Auntie picked my mom up, you know, relatively early or whatever. I had talked to my mom around 9 a.m., maybe even a little later. I didn't put your license and your glasses in the shed. Instead, I put it in the empty. It's not quite empty, but it wasn't filled with garbage. It was the old garbage can. It was old from, she had it when I first moved in here and whatnot, and it was horrible because its stepper didn't use it anymore. My mom, we were always lifting it up and having to touch it. It was just awful. My mom, I wound up having my mom buy an awesome thing from Walmart, okay? But anyway, I put it in that, wrapped really securely so nothing, even if there is a little water on the bottom or something, it's nothing major. I put it in one plastic bag and then in another pink plastic bag, okay? I'm sure it was no less than 3 hours later that she's here, okay? I had gone to she has a regular garbage can, the kind you give to the guy to pick up the garbage, where I put garbage in. I put Omer's poo-poo, I put, you know what I mean? And I wondered why the bag was open. I thought, did an animal get into this? It doesn't make sense, because an animal would have actually taken some of the garbage and eaten it and got it all over the place. How could an animal have gotten into it if the cap's on? I got the truth from my mom. Within a couple of hours, she had forgotten. She remembered that I said garbage. She thought I had put it in the regular garbage can where I put all the garbage. I said, did you get poo-poo in your hand? She's like, yeah. I'm like, Mom, I had told you it was the one on the porch, the empty one. Why would I ever put your glasses and license in with garbage? And she actually opened one of the bags that was sealed up. I mean, why would I do that, people? We're talking the white bag that I leave open sometimes a little bit so I can shove his poo-poo in. Because my mom and I used to always just keep it in the kitchen. And my cousin was here, she was wondering what she smelled. I'm like, that's the poo-poo. You know, but now I just, when I get home from the walk, you can have a little, it's a red tie and there's a little hole in the top, and I have it in the little plastic bag that I pick up his poo with, and I just shove it down in there. And if there's no garbage in there, the time I just put it in the bottom. But before I put out the garbage for the week, I don't just have that go out there like that. I pick it up, I reach down in there's water in the bottom, I pick up the bag, and I make sure I put it in the bag. Because right now there's no bag in there because there's not enough garbage. I'm just here alone, you know. I still just put the poo-poo in that garbage can without, you know, shoving it into the bag. And then once there is a white regular bag from the kitchen, then I reach down and get the bags and put it in it. Anyway, Mom, but the scary thing is I had told her, people. And it wasn't like I told her the day and that she forgot the next day. She forgot within just a couple, 3 hours. And she remembered garbage can, didn't remember one on the porch. It was actually a Beth's auntie who said, maybe it's this one, but my mom was all panicked. I said, Mom, why would I have ever put your glasses and your license in with the regular garbage? We hadn't put the garbage out for the week yet, okay? I mean, I hadn't. It wasn't time yet. She opened up a bag in there searching for her license, and that's just ridiculous. Why would I ever do that? If anything else, if there was no empty garbage can on the porch just because we never got rid of it, we don't put anything in it generally, and it just sits out there and gets rained on and whatnot, but it's sealed so it doesn't fill up this high with water. I would have put it just in the door. No one's going to take it. No one's going to know. You know what I mean? It's in the back. What I'm trying to get at here, people, is I knew this anyway, but now with that fucking seizure under her belt, I mean, to be sarcastic, I mean, that seizure, that she'd never had a seizure before. She's only getting progressively worse. She agreed with all the things I brought up, all the valid points I brought up with her on Sunday, and she wrote them all down, and she said that even though she didn't want to because it would ruin their day, and it ultimately didn't ruin their day. Auntie knows what game to play. Auntie had Auntie had an answer for everything, and to my mom, because she didn't think very deeply, it made sense, and whatever, and they had a nice day, and, you know, Auntie didn't yell at her or whatnot. You know, it's Auntie's best interest. She's got to keep remaining my mom's good graces. But no, my mom's, that's not good. It's not like I had told her the day before and she forgot. she forgot within 2 or 3 hours that I had said the garbage can on the porch, and she's digging around in regular garbage where I put all my poo-poo and everything. I even said, did you get poo-poo on your hands? She's like, yeah. I like, Mom, I had told you it was one on the, and plus, number one, I had told there was one on the porch, the empty one. I just thought, instead of putting it in the door, I would hide it, no one's going to look in there for my mom's, and it just looks like a plastic bag. But she actually, when she couldn't find it, she was panicked, because she's like, when I didn't see it on the top, I opened up one of the bags. I'm like, I saw that. I didn't know what happened. I'm like, how did an animal get into this and put the cover back on the big garbage can? I didn't know. I'm a little nutty. You know, I was like, I don't understand this. I didn't understand how it was all open. I got the truth out of my mom, you know, on Tuesday. And it was like, what the heck, Mom? But I'm just saying, and she's like, well, I forgot. No, Mama, you're not doing good. Sad to say, but, you know. I'm sure having that fucking seizure couldn't have helped anything any, you know. I'm going to be leaving. I just wanted to say that, because that's an important thing. You know what Mama said? Well, I should have wrote it down. So you have to write everything down, even where I am leaving your glasses and license? I mean, that's scary, Mom. It's scary that you would think I would put it in with where you know I keep, because you had that, you said, remember, she never used to, remember the fly incident, whatever, the garbage used to be kept in the laundry room, because we always thought, she was told, and I thought too, based on what she said, that if we put it on the side, if she had a garbage can outside, animals would get into it. And that could still happen. It hasn't happened though, and now at least there's no garbage in the back room, and you know what I mean? Like there was for years, but then there was no problem for years. She was living here for years, and then there was, you know, maybe there were excess flies that particular summer or something, I don't know, in the universe, I don't know, but that was really bad. And so far it's worked out fine. It's worked out fine last year, you know, with her having, she came up with that idea. I wasn't here at the time. She came up with that idea to put that on the side and keep the garbage out there instead of inside her house, you know, for however long, because you only put the garbage out for the garbage man once a week. But no, that's scary to me. Because remember, in all of this, my mom's my top priority. Because if my mom wasn't my top priority, you guys wouldn't even be hearing me all conflicted. I'd be like, I'm getting a fucking lawyer, I'm going to that court, you know, I'm going to make sure if I can't be guarding conservatorship, it damn well isn't going to be auntie, I'm going to make sure it's a stranger. There'd be a done deal. There'd be no emotion involved, like Joe has said, okay? There'd be, you need to have I can't be emotionless in this. My mom's terrified, I'm terrified for her, you know. She doesn't want me to point out, even when she recognizes the bad things I'm saying have to be true, she doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want me to point out anything unsavory about her sister. Her sister's helping her, not, my sister's helping her, not my mom not have to have a stranger over her. And if my mom thinks for 1 second she can handle everything herself, no one's going to allow that to happen. It's not going to happen, period. I mean, look at what just happened on Monday. Within a couple, 3 hours, she forgot, and she's digging around in regular garbage in a panic. When I had told her that morning, it's on the porch in that old garbage can. She forgot. She forgot. People, she forgot. She forgot. That's not good. That's all I have to say. It's not good. Very scary for me. Very scary for me, but again, I cannot just be the dutiful daughter and not say anything when, as you've seen, Auntie's not satisfied with simply fucking with my mom's head. Auntie fucks with my mother's head in ways that my mom, you know, to get at me, to fuck with me, see? Auntie can, you know, do whatever she wants with my mother as long as Auntie doesn't involve me. And bounce checks, if the bank's going to think I did it or whatnot when I know I didn't, and it can be proven, all they'd have to do is find out what checks Auntie was given and from that other branch, and then they would know that it wasn't any checks that I had in my possession of my mother's here in this house, okay? I'm done with this shit, people. I have every right to say this too, because if I'm being tormented and I don't know what Auntie's going to do next, and I don't know what Auntie's up to in her head, and she can easily get at me through my mother, because my mother buys into all her Auntie's bullshit, okay? I have every right to talk about it, every right to expose it to whomever. Of course I do. I am being tormented here via my mother's ignorance and misplaced trust in her sister, okay? End of story.